got a little tattoo. Don't mess with Eddie. Scala again came through. Or should I say Idris? Candace always looks for an excuse to argue with Ashley. Karen is actually a nice human being. Giselle, are you trying to avert Wendy's face the whole time? We'll talk later about Ashley's reach. Giselle and Robin are getting to me this season. I still like Mia. This fight was ruthless. Look at all of Karen's reactions. You don't have to do that in friendship. Don't get whooped. It doesn't sound right coming from Candace. Manifestation is real. If you have a body for that, go ahead and wear it. What is the line between stripper and entertainer? Yo, the mid-season, F these cameras. Oh my God, y'all. This episode was so good. I know. Oh my God, I can't even talk right now. I'm so sorry. Welcome back, y'all, to, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Welcome back to the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 6, episode 7. Y'all, I'm all over the place. This is what we've been waiting for. My God. I want to focus so much on the fight. I have some other things. I'm going to just hit the quick hot spots real quick, y'all. Oh, for those of you guys who do not know me, my name is Rizzo. Please like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, repost, retweet. We do Married at First Sight, Insecure, Real Housewives of Potomac, recaps. I tried to do Love is Blind, but you know, shit goes awry. Make sure you do From Rizzo with Love on all platforms. Y'all, let's get to this episode. Gossip Girl. First off, I know I talk about this every week, y'all. I'm tired of them having to go over the rivers and through the wood to get from the cottage to the big house. Now they have to take a golf cart. Come on. Next thing is Robin. Okay, I see we are trying to build Robin's storyline. Giselle is really helping and pushing here because she wants her BFF on the show. So Robin's new storyline, we thought it was going to be about the wedding, but then COVID hit. So now Robin's storyline, before Wendy gave her the business, is about her business and not having enough gusto to move and kind of having the like seasonal depression. She also mentioned that she has issues looking at herself as a mogul, despite retailers, major retailers like Macy and TJ Maxx, asking to carry embellished in stores. Something that everyone who has a small business in terms of like apparel, anything actually, would die to get. And Robin, because she cannot see herself that way, they're claiming it as like the PSD from what happened before. Nah, sis, you just gotta get motivated. If you don't want that, I could find 15 other people to pitch and take your spot. Don't let that happen. Manifestation is real here, y'all. You do not believe in yourself, God is not going to give you that. Okay, come on, Robin. All right, Candace, real quick. Only thing I'm gonna say about her is she's always looking for reason to go at Ashley, and I'm tired of it. And then Karen and Giselle, their arguments, their beef is never gonna end. I'm gonna get to Karen a little later, but I don't think she's as mad as Giselle is. She leads to believe. Karen is actually a nice human being. Giselle, maybe not so much. But Giselle don't give a fuck if she's upset. She does not care if Karen is upset, hurt, whatever. And I love when she and Robin walked away when Karen came in, because they need to go walk away and talk crap about her. Like Giselle couldn't even stand to be in the same room. And our little girl, Scala, was just like, oh, they're going to talk about the water aerobics. And Candace was like, oh. Also, Karen said Giselle has ownership with her kids. You want Giselle to call your kids and apologize? Don't bank on that, okay? Maybe at the reunion she'll say sorry, but like, Now really quickly on to Ashley. Now Ashley just had that baby about a week and a half ago, 3 weeks, whatever it was. Would I be going on a girls trip and leaving my 2-week-old with my husband or whatever to take care of, and the nanny, right? I would say no, but we all know how second children get treated. This is why first kids have such issues. This is why both kids have issues, right? It's for different reasons. But I get it. Ashley is like, look, I did my due diligence. He's okay. I made sure he was taken care of, and I'm gonna go bring me and my breast pump and my bag that I'm bringing around with me everywhere to this trip. And as long as I have an opportunity to make Candace upset, I'm not gonna miss that. Also, yeah, I was not ready for them to show that picture of the placenta. I don't know if I need to grow up or what, but it was alarming. Okay, now let's get to the good part, y'all. So we're gonna do the setup, right? Because the setup for the argument later was actually at the lunch when they were all just getting together, the one that Ashley came in on after the water aerobics. So this is the setup for what was to come. Also, I love that our girl Scala again came through and said, listen, Ashley Giselle was bugging out. Okay? No one else gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. So let's talk about Wendy's outfits. First of all, Wendy sis, we like the bathing suit. If you have a body for that, I do not. Go ahead and wear it. Love it. Actually, it's kind of okay. I'm glad that you could wear it. I love it for you. But what I did notice, Lil Wendy got a little tattoo right on her little inner hip, upper thigh. Tattoos are meant to be seen. Who are they meant to be seen by is the question, but they're meant to be seen by someone. And it's not on her calf, it's not on her arm. It is next to her hoo-ha. This repeatedly lets me know that Wendy been on. This little fake image y'all had of her last year ain't true Wendy. She got these tats. Wendy been on, y'all. You know, anybody who got a tattoo right there is not gonna be in these turtlenecks and buttoned up all the way up here. I do get what Ashley was saying. I actually like the way that Ashley described it, because Giselle and Robin were doing something different. But Ashley was like, she was pushing that professor motif so much last year and making it her identity, right? So for you to make this your identity and just not be associated with that professor thing this season, I get that. But we'll talk later about Ashley's reach, because it was a reach. The other thing I would say is, can you imagine these new boobs and new butt and going into the water to swim for the first time? That must be a really weird feeling, right? You're not used to doing exercise and swimming. I know they don't float like flotation devices, but that must be weird, right? No? It's just me. We also heard opinions from Mia this episode, and I love how she's not sticking with one side. She's like, actually, Ashley, that was wrong. Actually, Wendy, this is how I feel. Actually, Giselle, why y'all bugging? Like, she comes in and she expresses how she feels. Now, that could show no sign of loyalty, which could be an issue because she is friends with Karen and now she's kikiing with Giselle, Robin, and Candace in the house. But I do like that when she sees something that's wrong, no matter on whose side it is, she speaks up about it. So I still like Miss Wendy. I Miss Wendy. Well, I like Wendy too, but I still like Mia. So at the lunch table, Mia's like, sis, you had a whole thong showing in your outfit. And Wendy was like, that was from Zara. She was like, girl, well, Victoria's Secret puts outfits together too, but you don't see us wearing them over here. Which I get. That was actually a good rebuttal. But Victoria's Secret has lingerie. That's nighttime stuff. If Wendy were to wear the lingerie, which she did, y'all still went in on her for that. So it's really not what she's wearing, whose outfits are put together. Y'all just don't like that Wendy has changed. Also, Candace's response that Mia was a lady of the night is hilarious. What is the line between stripper and entertainer, adult entertainer? Well, that sounds like porn. Strippers strip their clothes off for money. These adult performers or these adult entertainers are entertaining the male clients who want to see them naked. And sometimes they get naked and sometimes they just wear their sexy clothing. So, I mean, I guess that's it. That's what I'm assuming, right? And truthfully, like, Giselle and Robin are getting to me this season. Giselle's comment like, oh, I apologize if you were offended after saying something that was clearly offensive is a trash ass way around an apology. Like, I hate when people do that. And Robin's response is, oh, I guess we'll just keep all of our observations to ourselves. Like, that's quintessential annoying girlfriend arguments. When you're arguing with someone, then it's like, fine, well, I guess I just, in something super extreme, like, don't do that. But I will say, and I said this last week, y'all, or maybe like 2 episodes ago, Giselle mentioned, Wendy, you arguing like you on CNN. It's like she has to be so combative because the other person who's talking to her, she knows is the opposite opinion. So she has to go and get her opinion in first. It's like, you don't have to do that in friendships. But she goes right for the jugular. I said that last season too. The only thing I didn't like about Wendy is how Wendy fights. And that was when I said that I saw the real Wendy is when she was fighting last season. Because she wasn't playing. Okay, now let's get to it, y'all. This whiskey tasting, which I almost call wine tasting. First of all, that man was... He had no idea what he was in for. But welcome to Potomac in Williamsburg. But I'm going to go like, y'all, top to bottom, because that shit was so good. It's so good and so bad, right? Like, for us? Okay. First off, Shady Boots Giselle walks in automatically and goes, someone seems like she has an attitude. You think? Do you think Wendy has found pleasure in all the attacks at her at dinner or lunch, whatever that was? It didn't end well, so you knew that there was an issue. I do appreciate the fact that Ashley took her to the side and didn't announce it in the group. And if anyone can talk through husband blog rumors, it would be Ashley, because she has been through everything up and down. The difference though is that all of that stuff happened while the season was airing, and they brought it to Ashley like, hey girl, did you see this? Let me tell you what we know. Let me tell you what we heard. Let me tell you what we saw. This Wendy stuff is from, however long ago. And as Candace, Karen, everyone has mentioned, all of this stuff is in the blogs. Why are you picking my situation with my husband to bring up? Giselle, are you trying to avert relationship issues away from you and your relationship? So now you trying to put it on someone else? Because that's the juicy part of this show. So despite Ashley's seemingly concerned and compassionate tone when speaking to Wendy, that was all BS. And the way that she got around to it was her reach. Sis, you're saying the reason you brought up the blog stuff is because you want to know if Wendy is overcompensating or trying to prove how much her man loves her by dressing like this and feeling so confident because of what happened in the blog. Y'all were just like, these don't go, but we gonna make them go. Like, don't do that. And y'all, Wendy's face the whole time when Ashley was telling her was just like, she was about to laugh. And it was like, girl, stop. You are trying to make this a storyline and I see you. Don't do it. We both know that's not true. Now, this fight was ruthless. Wendy went all the way in. And I told you that Giselle was going to meet her match. And this shit was hilarious. I mean, it's, again, funny but not funny, right? But let me call out a couple of my hot points that Wendy said because this shit was hilarious. 1, don't F with my family. 2, don't get your ass whooped. 3, F these cameras. Yo, Wendy meant that shit. There's all these memes and like gifs and all this stuff going around, and men are like, yo, if she don't stand with me, if she doesn't do X like this, that's not the woman for you. Wendy sticks by her man. Wendy's sending the steak back. She's sending the mashed potatoes back. She's sending it all back. Don't mess with Eddie. Or should I say Idris? Now Wendy. Wendy, we like you. The man don't look like Idris Elba. That's some shit like not black people say because he is the same skin complexion. That man don't look like Idris. Okay, but let me get to it. So 4, Wendy was talking to Mia or Karen or somebody and was like, she doesn't understand the parameters in regards to someone's husband because she doesn't have a relationship that holds water. Y'all, when I tell you I audibly screamed, and I bet you Eddie said, don't you get on this show, act a fool, and embarrass me. And that's why Wendy is like, oh, no, we're not doing this to Eddie. Eddie didn't even want me to do this, and look at us now. But I'm going to keep going. 5, Wendy said, the life you're living now is exactly the life that God is paying you back for all the BS that you've done. She also named her Giselle Lax Bryant. That was, back and forth type stuff. The part that I didn't like, where I thought she went too far, is when she started talking about Jamal, right? It was embarrassing for us to watch that reunion last year for Giselle. It's not her fault that this man is making her look like a fool. But it comes back on the woman, not on the man. So that was embarrassing. And here goes Wendy bringing it up. She's like, well, you bringing this man around your kids. What kind of low self-esteem do you have to keep going back to this man who keeps cheating on you, who keeps having babies on you? I was like, oh my God. And then here we go with Candace, and she makes some valid points, but it doesn't sound right coming from Candace, like knowing what we know. Like she said, why do these girls always want to go deeper? Candace, you've been watching you. You did that exactly with Karen last year. Karen couldn't even come around before you were pushed by Giselle. Before you brought up Karen not being on your side and like stabbing you in the back and all of this stuff. That was you who found something deeper. You. But then like I said, if anybody's going to judge anyone's outfits, it's going to be Giselle, and she would be buried under the jail. Yeah, agreed. But speaking of Candace, like how did Candace and Ashley get into it? Candace, Ashley goes to get her milk for her baby that she pumped on this trip, and she ready to go. And you follow her in the kitchen with the tissue because you crying again. And y'all get into it. Candace always looks for an excuse to argue with Ashley, like nonstop. This is why I can't take comments that Candace makes seriously, because I believe her and I'm with her, but then you go and do stuff like this. But this episode was just so good, but I do not want to leave before showing y'all the Grand Dame herself. Her reactions during that argument were like the auntie or the grandma to the bad kid that she's been taking care of because the mom can't deal with her ass no more. Or like, you know what I'm saying? We know she bad. You know she be sneaking out. You know she be hoeing around. But like, that's your baby, so you can't say that. You don't really want other people to say it. But like, when they do say it, you just got to sit back. But it's like, oh my God, did you have to say that? Y'all, look at all of Karen's reactions. I live. All right, y'all, I'm gonna head out, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all next week. Real Housewives of Potomac airs every Sunday on Bravo TV at 8/7 Central. I will be back with a review next week. If you want to get it and make sure you know when it hits, like, comment, subscribe, follow, because I will be dropping. This season is just getting better and better, and I have no idea what's gonna happen next. Yo, the mid-season, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. Bye.